ready. Lord, I want to be ready, ready. Lord, I want to be ready to walk in Jerusalem just like John. There'll be 3 gates on the east and 3 gates on the west, 3 gates on the north, 3 gates on the south. Oh, Lord, I want to be ready to walk in Jerusalem just like John. To walk in Jerusalem just like John. To walk in Jerusalem just like John. Yes. The songs and spirituals were not just sung because they made you feel better. Slaves were always looking for the promised land because it had to be a whole lot better than where they were right there. And that's what the whole Bible said to them. But they also used those songs to pass along messages. Sometimes you would hear out of the depth, you would hear, go down, Moses, way down in Egypt's land. Tell, oh, Pharaoh, let my people go. And this song was sung many times when BlackMoses would come around. Now, you children know who BlackMoses is? Mm-hmm. Who is that? Don't say it. I hear it. Very good. Harriet Tubman. Harriet Tubman was called BlackMoses. And when this song would be sung, the masters didn't quite understand all the time that the songs were sung as codes. And some might hear, steal away, steal away, steal away to Jesus. Steal away home. I ain't got long to be here. You see, the slaves would say they were stealing themselves. If they were considered property and they ran away, well, they stole themselves away from the master. And they would steal away. And then you would hear sometimes, wade in the water, wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's going to trouble the waters. Oh, I looked over Jordan, and what did I see? God's going to trouble the waters. It was a band of angels coming after me. God's going to trouble the waters. I got me wading in the water. Wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's going to trouble the water. Oh, God's going to trouble the water. Oh, God's going to trouble the water. Yes. And Wade in the Water was probably the most famous of all the spiritual songs. That and Sweet Low Sweet Chariot, which probably everybody here has heard at least, if not sung in church right now. If you go to, it's sung in church right now. So Wade in the Water was also sung as one of those songs that Harriet Tubman covered. Now let me tell you a little bit about BlackMoses here, just so you understand anything about her. She wasn't around the early 1700s. She was around the 1800s. And, well, she'd be kind of like the princess in the story. She wasn't real pretty looking. But she was born a slave. She ran away from Maryland. And when she ran away, she earned her freedom. She gained her freedom. She had left behind her brother and her mother. And she just could not bear her life in freedom, knowing that they were still slaves. So she worked with others that had come to be known as the Underground Railroad, who took people out of freedom, out of slavery, into freedom. And she decided she would be one of those conductors. She would support a train that would make its way up and help people get to freedom. The first people she freed, her mother and her brother. And then she went on to free hundreds of people. She never lost them. She stopped dressing like a woman dresses with a skirt on and such like that. She kind of dressed like y'all dress. She had on man's clothes, pants she had on, and during that time, that was a strange thing. She'd wear a kerchief around her hair, and she was very dark of skin, and she almost had the look of a man. Sometimes people would confuse her for that. And she carried a shotgun right with her all times. There's a story of a young lady who was carrying a baby, and the young lady was running, and she was far behind the rest of the group, and finally she became very tired. She said, I can't do it no more. I can't do it no more. I'm just going to go back. And Harriet came over to her, picked up the shotgun, and said, you going forward or you going down? Pick your choice. The woman went forward as far as we know. But she knew that sometimes you weren't just freeing people from slavery in a master, but freeing people in their minds. And that was most important.